Yo, what is up guys, it's me Zach Lee, and welcome to day 14 of the 2017-2018 NBA season. Exactly how good is Kristaps Porzingis? That's a serious question. Coming into the season, everyone knew that he was about to have a breakout year, especially once Carmelo Anthony was traded, and he would be the surefire first option on offense. Yet there was no doubt that he was going to be the first option and was going to get as many shots as he wanted. Still though, I think most people saw him averaging somewhere around 25-ish points per game or something like that this year. I don't think too many people would have been able to predict that he would be this good this soon. Porzingis led the Knicks to their third straight win yesterday over the Denver Nuggets, 116-110. And Porzingis scored 30 points yet again this year, the fifth time in 6 games that he's played. A career high 38 points on 14 of 26 shooting, 4 of 7 from deep, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks for Porzingis last night. And on the year, listen to this, he's averaging just under 30 points at 29.3, shooting the ball 48% from the field and 36% from 3. When he came into the league, the dude was booed, and of course he drew comparisons to the legendary Dirk Nowitzki himself. Would Kristaps Porzingis be the next Dirk Nowitzki? Just like every overseas big man who can shoot draws comparisons to Dirk. But I don't even want to compare him to Dirk. First off, their play styles are just too different for me to compare them. Porzingis is more athletic than Dirk was, which allows him to do things that Dirk was really never able to do. And I also don't like comparing them because it kind of puts a limit on how good Porzingis could become. Like right now, who's to say that Porzingis, when it's all said and done, won't go down as a better overall player than Dirk Nowitzki? Well, hold on, let me chill out before I trigger any Dirk fans. I mean, Dirk is great, Dirk is a legend, and I'm not saying that Porzingis is better than Dirk right now or that he ever will be, but there is actually no way to say that he won't be considered a better player than Dirk 10 to 15 years down the line. At 7'3", with his shooting ability, agility, athleticism, you can't put a ceiling on how good he will become. The guy is crazy good already, and the Knicks are starting to get wins because of him. First, they got the mandatory win versus the Brooklyn Nets. Then there was the blowout win, of course, over the Cleveland Cavaliers that shook the nation, and now another impressive win over a Western Conference playoff contender in the Denver Nuggets. Hopefully, they can keep this momentum going because Porzingis is a freaking beast. This is exactly why I didn't want to go on talking about how good the Clippers were just yet. I kept telling myself, give it time, Zach. See if this season is going to end up like all the other ones before you start talking about how good this team is, Zach. Now they could still be a really good team this year. Not saying it's not possible, but after the Warriors just dropped 141 points on their head, I gotta take them off my radar for a little bit. This is what happens when the Warriors shoot as well as they've been shooting, plus try and keep teams off the offensive boards. Remember how I said yesterday one of the biggest factors in the Pistons' win over the Warriors was the fact that Detroit was able to pound them on the offensive glass and attempt more shots than the Warriors, so it didn't matter that the Warriors shot like 57% from the field. Well, yesterday they shot 58% from the field while only giving up 9 offensive rebounds to the Clippers, and this was the result. If you let the Warriors take more shots than you lose. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Matter of fact, the discussion was over before it even started. I don't care who you are not going to beat the Warriors if they get up more shots than you. 141-113 was the final score last night, and there ain't really too much else to say about this one. The Dubs just couldn't miss. Curry had 31 points, hitting 7 of his 11 triples, and every single player on the Warriors scored last night. Rematch. Last time, the Sixers let the game get away from them in the final minutes and lost to an Eric Gordon buzzer beater. This time, they weren't going to let that happen again. Philly gets the win 115-107, and I think the Rockets were a bit surprised by Ben Simmons in this one. They probably studied footage of him from the first 6 games, read the scouting reports, and the scouting reports in the footage said, back off him, dare him to shoot the jumpers, dude can't shoot. Well, the scouting report lied. Ben Simmons shot more jumpers last night than I think he did all season, and he was hitting most of them. I'm really leaving the whole evolution of his jump shot when he wants to shoot it, when he feels comfortable shooting it with him. When he feels confidence to shoot and people sag off him, he's going to shoot it. If he doesn't, so be it. He'll go find another way to impact the game. It's coming. That's what Brett Brown said, and it didn't sound like Ben Simmons is 100% confident in his shot yet, but Then Ben Simmons turned around and said that he is actually really confident in his shooting ability. I'm comfortable taking them. I've got to start doing that more often. Man, Simmons shot 10 of 15 from the floor last night to score 24 points to go along with 9 assists and 7 rebounds. I don't know about you guys, but how good he already is honestly starting to scare me a bit. I know I say stuff like that a lot, but it's legit this time. I keep having to remind myself that this isn't a guy in his prime, because that's what it looks like when you watch him playing. This is a 21-year-old still years away from reaching his full potential. He drew comparisons to LeBron when he was drafted, and I do see where those comparisons are coming from, but I also see a heck of a lot of magic in him right now too, and looking at the numbers, they are eerily similar to the numbers that Magic put up in his rookie season. Magic averaged 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, and shot 53% from the field in his rookie year. And Ben Simmons right now, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and basically 8 assists, shooting 53% from the field as well. I think we could be witnessing the birth of one of the next NBA legends, and this generation of players is just going to be ridiculous. Simmons, Giannis, Embiid, Towns, Davis, some of the rookies from this year's class, if they ever live up to their potential. Heck, the best is still to come from Kawhi Leonard too. This is such an exciting time to be a basketball fan, because the best is still yet to come. Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, the Spurs could really use him back right about now. This road trip they have been on hasn't been kind to them, which is strange because they are normally one of the best road teams in the NBA. But so far they have been struggling. After starting off the season 4-0, they are now 4-3 after another double-digit loss, this time to the Boston Celtics, as Kyrie Irving got to go up against another one of the teams that he wanted to be traded to, and kind of fittingly, it was Kyrie Irving who was able to lead Boston to the win. Seems like he might be getting a bit more comfortable with this new situation. 24 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals for Irving last night. And the Boston Celtics now have a 5-game winning streak since they lost their first 2 games. This is just one of those teams that will always be good because of how well coached they are. Brad Stevens deserves a lot of credit here. To lose your second best player in the first game of the year and then still be able to go out and put together an impressive start to the season, he's going to be a great coach for a really long time. These are games that the Wolves would have lost last year, games that went to the wire. That's how they lost a majority of their games last year. This year though, when the games go down to the final couple of possessions, the Wolves always seem to come away with the win. Just like last night, Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. This team has 2 closers, and they just seem to go to whichever one has had the better shooting night so far. Last time it was Butler who carried the Wolves down the stretch, and this time it was Andrew Wiggins, as he hit the Wolves only 2 shots at the end of regulation to help the Wolves get the 125-122 overtime win over the Heat. Wiggins wasn't even shooting the ball too well before he hit those couple of clutch shots. He was only 7 of 23 from the field last night for 22 points, but he is just a clutch player, I guess. And this Wolves team continues to gel. They are 4-3 on the year, but are 4-1 when Jimmy Butler plays. Really can't wait to see how good they are come playoff time. For Miami though, still no Hassan Whiteside, but rookie Bam Adebayo had the best game of his career so far with 13 points and 13 rebounds, while Dion Waiters scored 33 points for Miami last night but couldn't save them with his desperation heave at the buzzer. 1 field goal, 6 points the entire second quarter for the Blazers. Exactly how that happens, I have no idea, but it did, and Lowry and DeRozan both gave all the praise to Toronto's second unit for being able to completely shut out Portland for an entire quarter. They did something big for us, holding them to 1 field goal throughout the whole quarter. It gave us a great opportunity to go out there and pull out this win. Anytime one team can limit the other team to only 1 field goal attempts and 6 points in a quarter, it's pretty safe to assume that they would win, and the Raptors did pull out the win in this one, even though it wasn't the prettiest game to watch. 99-85, DeRozan with 25, and Lowry is finally starting to come alive as he had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Dude was trying to go for back-to-back triple doubles. Lillard had 33 on the night and wasn't about to give credit to the Raptors for the second quarter. He said the Blazers simply couldn't make a shot. It wasn't like they were unstoppable, they were just scoring and we weren't. I do think the Raptors were playing pretty good defense, but I also think some of it had to do with the Blazers just missing all their shots too, because I don't care how good of defense you play, it's almost impossible to limit a team to only 1 field goal because of your defense alone. Still though, it happened. Well, things were looking good for the Pelicans in this one until their second half meltdown. But maybe it wasn't just the meltdown that doomed them. Maybe it was also just unfortunate that Maurice Bates came in off the Magic bench and had a career night from distance. Dude brought some of Steph Curry's powers from Golden State with him to Orlando or something, because he struggled to miss from distance yesterday. 6 of 10 from the 3 for 18 points for Spates as the Magic get the 115-99 win over New Orleans. Jonathan Simmons who will be my pick for 6th man of the year right now, had 20 off the bench, and he is averaging just under 17 a game, shooting 53% from the floor and 50% from deep so far this year off the Magic's bench. The Hornets used a huge fourth quarter, led by Kemba Walker, to come back and escape with the win in this one, outscoring Memphis 31-17 in the fourth to get the 104-99 win. Walker scored 9 of his 27 points in the fourth, and Jeremy Lamb added 17 for Charlotte last night. Tyreke Evans scored 19 off the bench for Memphis. Ricky Rubio hasn't been shooting the ball that poorly for the Jazz this year, and that helps because this team needs all the offensive help it can get. You can win games off defense alone, sure, but it's just a heck of a lot easier when you have a reliable offense as well. 20 points for Rubio last night, including hitting 4 triple, and Rudy Gobert was a nightmare for the Mavericks last night as well. They just didn't know how to stop him at all, but he for sure knew how to stop them. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 6 blocks for Gobert last night, and that's exactly why I picked him up in my fantasy league. 104-89 was the final score. That's gonna wrap up all the action from yesterday, though. You guys can go vote for the player of the day by following the link down in the description box below. Just remember that only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day, and yesterday you guys selected Giannis Antetokounmpo and his 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists as your player of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more daily NBA highlights, as well as stay tuned for the daily NBA news video dropping later today, but I'll see you guys then. Peace!